I wanted to talk to you today about resiliency and optimism. And instead of you getting to see me today, you're going to get to see what's happening outside my home office window, which I love to sit and watch. This cool squirrel has decided to come eat today as well, along with the birds. Resiliency and optimism are part of emotional intelligence, and emotional intelligence is how we overall respond to the world. Stress management, self-perception, self-expression, our relationships, and our decision making. And part of that is resiliency and optimism. So resiliency is defined as the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties and toughness. And optimism would be our overall sense that everything in the world is going to be okay. And it's just great timing to have a conversation about these two things. With everything happening around us, we need to tune into our sense of resiliency and optimism. And underneath all of that, a trust that there's been major upheavals in our world before, and things are going to be okay. They might look different than what they did before the whole situation started, but they're going to sort themselves out in the end. And you know what? We're all in this together. And interestingly enough, I think about 9/11, when 9/11 happened, and it was a sense that it really happened to the United States, and our community in the United States pulled together. Everyone pulled together. Everyone had a sense of working together for the good of everyone. And this is interesting because it's not just happening to the United States, it's happening to my friends, our friends around the world. I had an appointment canceled this morning because of someone in another country who is being monitored for symptoms of, she's not feeling well, she's being monitored for symptoms. And other friends who are on the other side of the world whose families are being impacted by this. So we're in it together. And, whatever your worry or your fear is right now, there's millions of people around the world that have that same concern. And I want you to hear that it's okay to feel those emotions, those fears, and also to know that things are going to sort themselves out, and they'll be okay. We'll figure it out. We'll get through it. We'll get through it together. And it'll be okay. I found myself the last week just feeling inside a lot of emotions, a lot of things building up inside. And one of my bad habits in the past has been to suffer alone without sharing with the people around me, or, my trusted core group of people, what's happening inside. So I realized, yesterday, the day before, that I was doing that again, and I wasn't being real and honest with the people around me. And so I had to have some conversations yesterday, or I have a group of people in my life that just allow me to say anything, be any way, feel anything without judgment. And I found that when I leaned into those emotions I was feeling and shared them with my safe space, it was immediately like a release valve. Look at the squirrel's just looking at us, right? He knows he's on a video right now. He knows he's live and he's posing. It was like letting the pressure cooker has, that release valve where the steam just that just releases. And that's what it felt like for me, sharing, what was truly going on inside of me with that close group of friends and supporters, and it felt like being able to release that steam. So if you're feeling a bunch of emotions right now, don't hold them in, don't deny them, just lean into them, because that is part of resiliency and optimism, is being able to acknowledge what is in the moment, being able to be comfortable with what is, and leaning into it, because and sharing that with others around you also gives them permission to feel those feelings as well. And then for me, that acted just as a huge reset for me. So today I can come back, I can be resilient, I can get back to doing the things that I need to do. And we can feel very blessed that we live in a world that is so connected via the internet and online, where we can talk to people, we can video chat, we can be with people, even if they're not, we're not physically present. So if you would like to share some emotions, need a safe space to share that, have anyone that you feel like you can share with, please reach out. This is a time of us supporting each other, and I'd love to be part of that safe space for you. So hope you've enjoyed Mr. Squirrel out here having his lunch, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.